Hi guys, welcome to the blog. I have some bad news for me, for my fans, the 63 that I have, and for my guest who wants to come back, and for my red carpet treatment, my red carpet event. So I got a text the other day. I think it's Sunday or Monday from the landlord, and he said to give him a call when I have the time. So I called. He didn't answer. Okay, I was like, all right. He texted me last week. He said something, and he said, "Good morning, Miss," which I don't like people call me that, and he knows. He would say like Csompo or whatever, you know. So I got a call from the person who get place for me to rent, and she said she's upset and she have this thing to tell me from Sunday, but she was upset, so she waited until now to call me. So I was like, all right, what's up? She was like, she want to come and visit. I was like, you call me on the phone, so just tell me what it's all about. And she's going down memory lane, and I was like, all right, so if the person want me to leave, what do you want me to do? I have to leave. I'm not going to, fight nobody or ask for any favors or anything, because a person already made up their minds, and once somebody's mind is made up, I don't think you can change it, you know. She said that the man heard that I'm having a sex shop up here. This is part of the notice, and that's the only part I read. And she tell me other stuff. You guys can screenshot it and see. Yeah, sex house, and that you weren't aware of me doing rentals and stuff like that. So fast forward. This is my other lease for Galena. Okay. When I went to the lawyer for him to draft this up for me, some home team pages, some 10 pages. 10 pages. I went into his lawyer office in Ochi for him to do this for the owner in Galena. I told him I'm doing Airbnb, so the part where he wrote not to sublet, not to do that, he took it out, and he said it's okay, you can do your Airbnb in Galena. This is Galena tenant agreement. I leave Galena because in here it said I will get AC and hot water. I got the hot water before I moved in. When I paid the rent, the 1 month rent, 1 month security, I did not move in there 1 month after. So the first month was just there. No one lives there because there wasn't any hot water nor AC. So when up to now I don't get AC, so I keep on asking him where's the AC. People from ATL come down there and check, measure the rooms about 2 times, and I'm like, when are they coming? Oh, they soon come, until he get fed up and tired of me asking him when is the AC coming in. And then he said, you know what, I'm tired of you, find somewhere else to go. That's how I get notice to leave from Galena. He knew I was doing my Airbnb because him himself have Airbnb next door, and we talked about it, and we talked about how we would come together, and I would somewhat figure out how for him to get guests and me to get guests. Little conversation, a mini conversation we have like that over the phone. And I was like, hey, for us to have a better understanding, you'd have to come to Jamaica and we sit down and discuss it. He said, that's impossible, he's not coming to Jamaica right now. And the conversation was done with the Airbnb down there. But I get notice because I continue asking him for AC, and I did not get AC. That's for Galena. I leave from there and I moved to St. Mary, which I was at St. Mary for a year, and then I moved, sell my car in December and moved to the apartment down the road. Now, when I moved to the apartment down the road, it's 800 US. COVID came and I had to leave because I only get 1,000 US a month. I spoke with the person, and this lady wrote up a contractual agreement to give to my landlord from 800 US to 70,000 Jamaican. He agreed with it for 2 months. I still couldn't make it because when I get $500 this week, it's less than 70,000. So I said, okay, I'm gonna look somewhere because I still won't make it. He's not feeling happy about it. He was a bit upset about it. And he said, and I went and talked to him in person, and he said, you know what, I'm happy you come to me in person. I'd rather you talk to me in person than in here owing me. Okay, so I gave him 50,000 when I get this place, and I said, is it possible I can give you the 20,000 at a later date? He said yes. Then and with this place, I get 500 again. I give this month 45,000, and then the next 2 weeks I get 500. I have not paid the 20,000 yet to the place down the road. So I still owe him the 20,000, and if I'm correct, I still owe him was $50 or $60 on the rent back, maybe in March or April. I don't know. Dates not good in my head. Now I clear up the water bill, and I owe 13,000 on the light bill because I had a friend and I asked him, can you help me pay this light bill? And he said yes. I gave him the light bill. This was maybe April or March. I said, can you help me? And the person said yes. I printed out, no, I WhatsApped the person. The person never paid it. The next month the light bill came. It was 18,000, and I yelled at the other person. I don't even talk to the person anymore because he promised to pay it for me, and he could have told me that, listen, I'm not paying. All the time I asked him, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna pay, Csompo, I'm gonna pay it. I don't like when people rush me. I was like, okay, but if you say you're gonna pay it Monday and you didn't pay it, and it's Friday and then it's the next Monday, so I have to ask. He said, I'm gonna pay it. The person didn't pay it. The next month the bill came, it was 18,000. So it's like, man, you just throw me under the bus. You know my situation and you threw me under the bus. So I stopped talking to that person. I moved here, and this man, in the first initial state, I thought it was 1 month rent, 1 month security. So after I moved in 2 weeks before, 1 week before the first of, this is July, June, 2 weeks before June, 1 week before June when I moved in, because down there I was supposed to give back the key before the 3rd of June. So I asked if I could move here, and he said yes. So I moved in 1 week before June 3rd. June 1st, sorry, it's June 3rd, the other rent down by the place, the 3rd of each month, whatever, so you know what I mean. And I moved up here, and I'm trying to make it up here. Up here was dirty, as you see the pictures before. I'm not saying the man place is dirty. I'm saying the walls, the building, you know, and it needs cleaning up. So when the first day I initially came here, I explained to him that I do Airbnb, and with COVID, the apartment that I'm at down there is 800, and I only get 1,000 a month, so it wouldn't work out. So he said, okay, give him, and I gave him 45,000 Jamaican dollars. The one of the week when I get the money, and I said in next 2 weeks, which would have been the time I move in, the 3rd. It happened to be the 3rd, I believe. I'm on my tablet, so I can't get the dates out. And I moved in, and then on the 3rd, I called him the Friday, not the guy in the state, the owner, the one who oversees it. I called him and give him the rent, but I was already living here. So the light bill came. I'm here doing my little 1 paint and 2 paint, and I spoke to him about if he can sponsor me 2 cans of paint. And he sent back a quotation. I didn't delete it, it's in my phone. I don't know how to show you, but it's in the phone. And he said 6,000 something, and I said, what's that for the paint? And he said, yes, somewhat. So when originally the day when I came here with the person who helped me to get the place, because she put it on her WhatsApp status that anyone need someone looking at a 2-bedroom between this and that 2 apartment, and the person, someone contacted her, and she told me that about this place. I had 2 more places to look on. So when I look on this, I said, no, I like it because they have the balcony out there, and it's just a nice place. It's just a nice place. It just needs a facelift. Structure damage, it's structural, everything is nice. It just need a facelift. And when I gave him 45,000, I used 4,005, almost 5,000 to buy this right here, the backsplash, the tile. And as you see videos on here, I tiled it, you know, with my own money. I never asked this person for anything, because I was like, I'm gonna live here and I want it to be clean and nice, you know. And we discussed on the phone that I do Airbnb, and with the bottom place, the cost of it and everything, and I cannot afford it because I live on a particular budget. I don't have a partner to support me except for my husband. We're not divorced, but we're not together. And he I spoke to him. He know what I did for a living, so he said, I said, after, I just want some place to live, because down by the bottom it was good, but COVID came in, all that stuff. So we were discussing, like, I don't know how it come up, but I remember saying, no, I don't think Airbnb is gonna work up here because it's too far. And he said, how do you know? I said, I don't know. There's a bad patch down the road. And for me, I believe it's too far because of the experience I've had with guests before on their reviews when I was living in Shaw Park and Galena and St. Mary's Country Club. It's 10 minutes away. Galena, it's 35 minutes from Ocho, and everybody says it's far. The reviews, it's too far, it's too far, it's too far. So originally when we were talking about, I remember 1 or 2 conversations, I was like, no, I don't think it's gonna work. It's too far. While I'm up here cleaning up and stuff, you know, I changed the address from down by the bottom where I use the apartment, and I put this address, and then I take off the pictures from down the bottom and put it this address. Then one day I get a reservation, and I'm like, they really want to come up here? So I called the female person who helped me get this, and I was like, guess what? I got a freaking guest. Are they gonna come? This is crazy. I'm so excited, blah, blah, blah. And the person come for one night, and I was so excited. And then 2 weeks after that. So on some weekends, I've lived here 2 months now. So for a few weekends into the last part in June, I get guests. And now it's July. I don't have guests. I probably get 6 guests. 6 guests. It's on pause. It's on my thing here. Pause. And I have a data sheet that I keep on my tablet, a spreadsheet thing. It's 6 guests, I guess. From the time I start getting guests to now, 6. And it's on weekends. And, oh, I was told, yeah, that I have a whorehouse. I have been getting calls that my house is being used as a vacation rental business as well as a sex house rental, and I did my own research. Jamaicans, people, y'all are a bunch of shitting liars. You people are people who destroy people and let people mad on the road, walk with them batty out a door because you know mind on your own business and want to tell people stuff. You need to do your, as he said he did his research. Fuck that. You didn't know. Yeah, you saw my stuff online and you saw that. Yes, but did you ever said call her phone, try and make her appointment reservation and see how she dealt with it? I do not have a fuck shop here. I don't rent out this place hourly because I am not like that. When I was in Shaw Park and I started out, I'm like, why am I not getting guests? And a friend of mine said I should do the hourly thing. I said, no, my thing is not like that. My thing is an upscale thing. Yeah, the rooms are $50 and $55, but I don't want people to come in and out. I had 2 people who came to my place. One person is a very respectable person. He came and he will come in like 1 o'clock, and he leaves at 6 o'clock. and he paid the straight money. And then I have one other person who came, and he is my, that's the only two people I have. I don't take up people off the street like that and come in. When I was in Galena, that never happened. Because when I told the two people that I moved, it was like, oh, that's too far, Csompo. And sometimes when I don't have money, that person will come and I will get food in my stomach. If I don't have reservation, I have two people for short term, and they are not off the street. They're respectable people who leave from where they go and hang out with their folks. I don't do sex house. This video might be long, but whatever, I probably have to go do another one. So this, for this person to say I do a sex shop, why didn't he come here or send people here and call and ask me and hear what I tell him? I don't do hourly here. I don't, as much as I need the money, I don't. I know, yeah, you're a Muslim and whatever. So if you're a Muslim, why did you say, or do you say to the person, if I did tell you, you would have partnered up with me and do this and do that? You knew I do Airbnb, and I told you that's what I do for a living. We had the conversation on the phone. I did not tell you I'm doing Airbnb here because I thought it was too far, and with the bad patch down there that scratch up people's car, I didn't know. And yes, when I get the guests, I didn't call you and tell you because it's just a misunderstanding. It's a misunderstanding. I'm not using your house for money. I'm using it for a living, and I'm using it back the money on your place, like what I do with other places. I have $0 and 0 cent in my account. My US account is $1, and my Jamaican account is $800 and something. I am not using a house for a sex shop. I would not use my house for a sex shop, because this is not it's not a motel, or it's not a guest house, or it's not a inn. It's an Airbnb. You don't do that with Airbnb. So I don't know where you talk about you did your research and you get your phone calls and people call you and tell you about it's something that I practice from Galena to here. That's a fucking lie. And Jamaicans need to mind their own business, because I don't rent out your place short term for people to come and fuck them bitches and leave. I shouldn't even have said that either, because it's gonna be on my thing. But I'm upset. You're taking hearsay. I did tell you before I moved here, I said everywhere I go and I clean up people's place and fix it, people call, and the owner call and give me, oh no, I'm not like that, Mrs. Csompo, because I'm a Muslim and I'm a very respectable person and this and that and that and that. Yeah, if you're a respectable person, you should have called me on the phone and said you're concerned and am I doing an Airbnb there and this and that, rather than go behind my back. I did not go behind your back and do my Airbnb, because I have a YouTube channel and I have and I have it on booking.com and I have it on Airbnb, and booking.com sell your data to other people, other thingy, and it's out there. So why would I hide and do it? And when I was down by the bottom, when I rented it, the two person who get that place for me, they told me not to tell the owner that I'm doing Airbnb, because they did a research and the person on the top floor was doing his Airbnb, and the person screenshot it and sent it to me. And I said, okay. The person said, do not tell this particular person that you're going to do Airbnb. Let him take time, find out, or afterwards. And he keep on, the man come there all the time and he said, Csompo, what do you do for a living? I said, I don't sell myself, that's it. But I do have a side job. And he pumped it out of me, and I told it to him. And he was upset in the beginning. He said, okay, that man up there do it, and he's upset with him because he's using the name of his place. And I said, no, I'm not using your name. I have my own name. And he said, all right, since you're doing that, I will help you to get guests. So I don't know what him and that person talk about, or what him and, but me and that man, I never left with bitterness. So whatever bitterness built up with the person who I leave his place, that's on him. Maybe because I didn't give him his 20,000 yet, or paid the light bill for 13,000. But I acknowledge that because I went and paid the water bill for 9,000, 8,000. And I text him and I say, hey, XYZ, I clear up the water. And he said, thank you very, very much. Or thank you very much. One of the words you used twice. So if he have me up, good. I rent a space in his fucking head. And if you have me up, yeah, I have a space. You have a space in. I have a space in your head. You don't have no space in my head. Because I'm not going to put this on my mind. Yes, it hurt. Yes, my heart is bitter. Yes, I'm bleeding inside and I'm tearing up inside. Because I just moved here. I have no money. And the money that the guests give to me, I put it back in here. I paint outside. Yeah, most of the flowers are mine. These people who are helping me, one particular one, I have to give gas money to and sort him out for him to get here. None of the money goes to me because the loan that I took, they texted me and I am in arrears and they're going to take away all my stuff that I use for collaterals or whatever they call it. My credit card cut off because I have no money to pay it. And I'm still fucking paying for the black car. I did not read the notice that I got because I don't take hearsay. The person took it to me outside and this is my signature. This is how I get it. I didn't even open this part because the person already told me what's in it. All of it is hearsay. I don't take hearsay. So I signed it and I just saw this part about thingy. I don't need to read it because I know it's all a lie and also a misunderstanding from me and the landlord perspective. When I just moved there was, I asked to leave out some stuff, okay, and they did. There's a mirror here that the guy who oversees the place, me and him argued over it because the mirror was leaned up on the wall and I mounted it on the wall. And the guy was cursing and carrying on, but I put mirror on wall and I'm puncturing holes in wall and this and that. And I'm like, you're so ignorant. I have nothing to do with you. And if that night when he had calmed down, when I wanted to talk to him, I wanted to say his name and said, you know what, give me back the 45,000 I gave you and let me find somewhere to go because I didn't fully move in yet. Some of my stuff was still down by the bottom. And when I put that mirror on the wall that is made for the wall, that big mirror down there, he had a fit over it because he's fucking ignorant and don't know that mirror is supposed to go on the wall, not lean up portrait size. And I put a electrical wire on the back, bolted, and I put a clip under it. And he came here one night and he saw it. And he argued with me and I was like, the mirror was made to go on the wall, not lean up, because it's a greater chance that it breaks if somebody bumped in it. One argument, big argument over it, and somebody was here when he was arguing with me, and I said, you know, I have nothing to do with you. I called the owner on the phone and I tell him what happened, and he said, okay, he's gonna get somebody come here for the rent so I don't have to deal with that particular person. So for days the person coming here every day, so I called back the owner and I said, is this person going to be here every day? I need to know because I'm not going to stay here if this person is going to come here every day. And he said no, he's going to have a talk with the person. Now he said to the person who gave me this person who dropped this off, who he called and tell him about that and said the reason why I don't want this man to come up here is because I'm doing my Airbnb and I'm hiding. You can't fucking hide. I can't hide. How am I going to hide when I put up stuff on my WhatsApp status and your phone number is on my WhatsApp status? I'm on YouTube. How am I hiding and I put up stuff on YouTube? Just tell me, how am I hiding? I'm going to do part 2.